Hello, welcome to Creative Cousins. If you are new, we are two cousins and we make art. Today we are doing a life update slash what we're currently creating slash just in general chat. Just as because it's been a while since we've actually just chatted about what we've been up to. So, yeah.
And we're just wrapping like the first quarter of the year. So it's kind of a nice you know, way to like break up the year and kind of review like what we've done and where we're going.
Yeah, so we've done a lot of cool things this year. Honestly, it's gone by already so fast. It's already end of March when we're filming this. By the time this comes out, it's probably April. Um, but yeah, we've been doing a lot of fun things. How have you been so far this year, Allie?
I've been good. It's been really busy. I was even doing like projects throughout all of like the slow season, so I feel I feel like a lot of this work is finally coming to like fruition and it's gonna get even busier. And I'm super grateful for all the opportunities I've had, and I'm super
Yeah,
excited to tell you guys. Actually, I'm excited to tell you about it, Beth, too, because I feel like some of the things I haven't even told you yet. So
yeah.
this will
I'm
be a good
I'm waiting to
episode.
hear. Um,
And also, we can talk about our recent creations since we both have a couple of recent creations.
oh right, yeah. And don't worry, I know some people might be worth wondering where our film photos for our photo shoot that we did in California. But that will be an upcoming episode. I know we're all excited. I'm excited. That's one of our recent creations together. Um,
Yeah, super excited to like see those together.
yeah, it was a little live reaction. But as far as recent creation goes, for me, it's typical. I did some flower drawings that I haven't shown on the podcast yet. I am working on other things that are not just flower drawings, but those things take weeks and months and maybe even years. So, these are nice and quick. And I feel a sense of accomplishment whenever they're done. It's nice to finish things. It's nice to finish things and have
It
things that
is.
actually are like, nice, I did something. Congrats, me. So this is my little portfolio of 9 by 12s, and I always have a 9 by 12 and I have an 8 by 10. I think I show the 9 by 12s. No, I show the 8 by 10s before, but I haven't actually shown the 9 by 12s in one folder before. And I feel like when you show it in a folder with like the sheet protectors, for some reason it just looks like extra fancy. Probably, obviously, you've seen this one before in the pod, but it's my flower,
One of my favorites.
one of Allie's favorites. She loves red and green. And they have these two. I could just probably show both of them.
Yeah, it looks
These
so good, like
two.
next to each other.
I know it's so fun. These are the originals, by the way. I always put the originals in like a separate container. Container? I don't know. Portfolio. I have prints of these things too. Well, of most of them, not all of them. The top one is just wild. I don't know where to put it. It's so different than the other stuff, but I'm like, here it is.
It is very different. I love the bottom one. I love how like I think you were saying this before that you were like trying to make it look glowy, and I think you definitely achieved that.
Thank you.
It's like an ombre like from the center.
Yeah, I don't think I actually shown it on the
Um,
pod. I keep saying on the pod. Please, I'm sorry. I apologize. I keep saying that. I haven't shown this one yet.
that's
And
okay. We can call it the pod.
I think some people hate the word the pod. So it's but yeah, so I really like it. It took a long time because this flower that I found, it was when Sean and I were visiting San Luis Obispo in California, and we've been a lot of places. I feel like I did a lot of different. I feel like I went to a lot of different places last year, and this flower was like by the beach, and it was really cool, and it was just as glowy. I might insert a photo of it if I found it. Editing me. We'll find out. Then this one, my more recent ones, they're also, I don't
A little
know,
different.
more
I like how you
questionable
put
for me.
yeah, I like how you put like the experimental ones on the same pages together.
It just happened to be that way because I the most recent ones that I did. Yeah, top one is fine. I wasn't like, I did too much. I did too much. Somebody needs to hold me back. And the bottom one,
It will
I
not be me.
I will try. I tried to like make it more of like a haziness. This one's a little bit more normal.
I like that. Did I see that one yet?
I feel like maybe you have, but I don't remember.
I don't know why, but it like reminds me of like lava,
Yeah, I mean it's like a yellow
like the
lava,
background.
but yeah, I don't know, maybe. But yeah, I like it. I like this one better than the top one. I was trying to go for that haziness of it. And let me see, did I have another one? Nope. But yeah, so that's what I did so far. Those are all with my alcohol markers, my Copic alcohol markers. And it's just really calming and it's fun to use. And I usually just use a reference that I take with my camera. And then what I normally do is I do a super light sketch with pencil. At first, I would just use pen and just be like, I'm winging it. I'm gonna be brave and just wing it. I've gotten less brave, oddly enough, and so I use lightly pencil first, and then I draw it with a micron pen, like a skinny pen, and then I use the markers. So that's kind of the process with that. It does not take too long, and it's something that I can do while watching a show or TV or movie or whatever. And it's very just like calming and just blend. I just like blending colors together is just fun. Anyway, but I am working on other things, more of like a longer term projects.
What are you working on?
Well, it's like a 4-part series. It's a giant series. Giant meaning like it just will take forever. Um, it's like a boat series, like a ship painting series that I'm doing with
Oh yeah,
digital
I knew about this
painting.
one.
Yeah. Well, I use a Adobe Fresco as I've talked about in the past, where I just paint on there, but I use my stylus on my iPad to do it. Digital painting is just kind of like fun, but it actually takes so much longer than you would expect. I think if I did like a regular painting, it'd probably take less time. I don't know, because I could just be bad at it. I just am so slow at it that it's just ridiculous. I feel like it takes me so long. But anyway, it's
Wait, so
a.
you think it takes longer to do digital painting than real painting?
Sometimes I feel like it does, but it obviously depends on how big your painting is. If you're doing a big painting, like physically, like a big painting, it's gonna take longer. That's bigger. I'm probably not using enough like shortcuts on the iPad because when I'm on my computer, it's like a long story, but there are like things like called shortcuts that you can do like with your keyboard to like shorten up your process when you're doing digital painting. But for me, I think I can't really do that on the iPad because the stylus that I use, there's like no, it's like the original stylus pen, Apple Pen or whatever it's called, and Apple Pencil, and there's like no buttons on there. I know if I had like a button to like for like the new version of it has like a button. If I had that, maybe it would like at least like free up one shortcut. Like maybe I can like erase, like go back. Like a lot of times I have to manually press like the back button to like undo a mistake that I did. Anyway, this is like a long-winded. Sometimes there are probably ways for me to speed things up, but also like I do just like overthink things in general. Like it just takes me longer for some reason. I don't know why. I just feel like it takes me a long
Well, I
time.
think I think that makes sense because with a real painting, sometimes you don't have the luxury of taking longer to do it, right? Since you don't want the paint to like dry.
Well, if I did it in person, I would do an oil painting, which oil paintings don't take for they take a long time to dry. They take like days to dry, weeks if you're using something to slow down the drying process. But acrylic paint, yeah, that's like super fast, and I don't like acrylic paintings. I would not do that for my personal work. I do it for my work at school when I teach at school.
I also
Yeah.
like totally felt you like on a spiritual level when you said that there are definitely ways I could speed it up by using shortcuts that I don't use because you can do that same type of thing in like Photoshop
Yeah.
and Lightroom, and I never set up the shortcuts. I would always just do it the manual way, because I am stubborn.
I have this thing where I will wing it and I'm like, I'm gonna do it my way. Nah, I'm just gonna figure it out. And it's like a thing where I don't want to take the time to learn a new thing. Where I'm like, I don't want to deal with tutorials. I got it. I
Yeah,
got it. Thank you.
same.
I'm gonna like there are way like when I'm editing the podcast inside Scoop, um, there are probably ways to speed things up.
Yeah.
And like I do a lot of shortcuts because I have to with editing, but I'm
Yeah,
sure
no,
that there
I
are
feel
other
that.
things that if I like
I feel
Googled,
that like on such a personal level. Like it's not even funny. I would way rather do like the long way than like take time to like learn the short way.
yeah,
Sometimes, unless the shortcut is like very easy.
yeah,
Like if the shortcut is like very easy and doesn't require a tutorial, then I'll be using it.
yeah. The second that I have to go on YouTube and be like, how do I do this? I'm like, I can't. Because then when you look at a video, there's always some guy being like, hit that like button, subscribe, and you know what? Let me just talk to you about there's something completely irrelevant. Well, before I actually get to the point, and I'm like, just tell me. I hate this.
That, yeah.
I
I
hate
love
how
it when I Google like the answer to a question, right? Like I Google something and I'm like, I need to know like how to do something, right?
yeah.
And I love it when Google like picks out the like one segment of the YouTube video that like
Oh yeah,
you
I've
probably
seen
want to
that.
watch like
Yeah.
just this part or whatever. I'm like, I love that. I love when that happens because then I don't just sit through the first 5 minutes of like the person just like talking about
Exactly.
like random shit. Like, no, tell me what I need to know like right now.
It's very annoying. That's literally the main
Yeah.
one of the main reasons like I'm too lazy to like bother going through, even if it literally takes only 5 minutes of my life. And like logically, it'll be like this will probably shave off in the future might shave off a bunch of
Hours of
time.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I don't know that for sure. Who could say?
Yeah, right.
Who could say?
Yeah.
It might take me
I'll just
longer.
suffer. I'll
Yeah,
just suffer. It's
it
fine.
might take me longer. If it got like really bad, maybe I would do it. And maybe like part of it is like I can't think of what ways can make it help, make it shorter. I'm sure there are ways, but like I can't think of like, what those ways could be. So I wouldn't even know like what to search up. Like I would have to do
It's
research
like
to like figure
you don't
out.
know what you don't know, right?
Yeah,
Unless someone
exactly.
tells you like what you're
Yeah.
missing out on, like you don't know what is actually possible.
The nice thing about if you paint physically, there's only so many ways. It's a lot. It's like, you got your brush, you got your
Oh,
paint,
that is
you
true.
got
Yeah, there is no
techniques.
shortcuts there.
And I know most of the techniques because I learned it in college during painting
Yeah,
classes.
like you learned it like in real life first.
Yeah, and so I'm like, there's a limited way to do it. But I'm like, when you're doing things digitally, there's so many different brushes, so many different like layers. Someone like I have to make a new layer now. Make a new layer. I should probably organize these layers better, and I move the layers around. And like, there's like so many more different tiny little things when you're making like a digital painting that takes like hours to do. It's just like so many little things that you have to think about.
Definitely like more complicated than just like straight up doing it in real life.
Obviously, doing it in real life, like
You do have layers, obviously. You work in layers in real life too, but it's not like you have to like then take the time to like organize those layers.
yeah, I don't have to. I can't undo a layer. Well, I could. I guess you could. It's not as easy to mess with those anyway. So
That's true. Yeah, like you don't have to. I mean, it's easier to correct, I'm
can't just
sure,
lower the
on a
opacity
digital
down by
painting.
lowering a little bar going
Right.
like.
You have more control on a digital painting, and I think that's also probably why you spend more time on it.
Yeah, it's just a lot of different little things. And the main reason why I do digital is because if I did oil painting, I don't really have like the space and like the capacity to like set up an easel, have like a really big canvas. Like I literally just don't have like the space. And oil painting, like it is a lot messier, but I don't like acrylic painting. Acrylic painting is easier to clean up, but I just don't like painting with it. So if I did do like a physical piece, I would either have to be at work where they have space, which I try to, I go to work and I go home. I don't stay around painting. But if I have personal work though, like where am I going to do all that?
That's
I
very
would
fair.
like set up like tarps on the ground because you can't get oil paint out of carpet. If you can, I don't know,
Yeah.
but I'd be afraid of just getting.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, I feel like you need like a studio,
yeah,
like separate from your house, you know?
yeah, I would love to have a fancy studio room
Like I really
in the
don't know how
house.
Josh does it.
I don't know because okay, Josh is my brother. I don't know because he
He does oil painting like in her parents' house.
oil painting in a tiny room. I really hope he opens a window. Don't think he does.
Hmm.
Should probably be ventilated. It's a basement, so great. And he also sleeps in this tiny room 5 feet away from the oil painting. You're not getting good ventilation. I don't know how you could. And oil painting, if you guys never been around oil paint, I mean, I don't mind the
I
smell.
honestly haven't, so like you're gonna have to explain because I didn't know this.
I don't mind the smell, but it's just very strong. Oil painting smell is kind of nostalgic because it reminds me of college and my art class, and I did like that painting class, so it's kind of nostalgic in a way. But it's like very strong, especially if you're using
Is it
like
something you can become like nose blind to or not really?
I'm sure Josh is. If you're like literally feet away from it and they're always around, I don't know, like your wet paintings, like I just feel like it's too cramped.
Yeah.
It's too cramped for me. Anyway, this painting that I'm doing, I'm just gonna quickly say what it is. I didn't even actually go over it. It's a ship series. So like the first one I already did a couple years ago, probably 3 years ago at this point. It's hanging in my living room. It's like a 24 by 36 painting. It was digital print. We painted it. I painted it digitally and then printed it out, and it's on canvas in the living room. So it's a ship on the ocean in a stormy seas, ship painting, sailboat. Not like a. We're not talking about a yacht, like an old school pirate ship kind of thing, sailor ship. Then there's like a series. So I'm gonna have the same boat go through different stages, like 4 or 5 different stages of the boat having a on the water. The first one I did was on the stormy seas. The next one I'm working on right now is like it's gonna be a diptych. So do you know what a diptych is?
No.
A diptych is where it's like two parts. So you have either like a vertical one where there's one painting at the top and one painting at the bottom, but they're like put together because I don't have a canvas that's like 6 feet tall. Anyway, so it's gonna be a
Mm.
diptych. So it's like two different paintings like combined together. Or a diptych could also be one on the left, one on the right. But it's like
Okay.
you're supposed to see it as one, but they're two
Huh.
separate.
Okay.
Or there's like things called triptychs, where it's like three paintings. That was like popular in like medieval times, like in churches. It was like three skinny paintings put together. But yeah, so this could be a diptych because it's just more practical. But the top part of the painting is going to be the ship on the calm seas, and like they're fishing. The sails are down. You don't see any of the sails; they're all folded up because they're all like their anchors down, and there's like the sailors are like fishing. They're in their little fishing boats. They're just not moving right now. Calm seas. And then the other painting below is going to be what's under the water. And so it's going to be like creatures under the water. There's going to be a big old kraken at the bottom of the water.
That's awesome.
And then maybe I'll throw in a mermaid in there. I don't know. But you're going to be able to see like the divers like in the water, like
Ooh.
unbeknownst to them, there's like a big crack under the water. So like the top part is
Ooh.
like calm seas, the bottom is like what's actually
And
happening
what's
under the water.
underneath?
Yeah. The Kraken is
Wow.
like sleeping.
This is crazy.
Think
I
it
didn't know
is.
that this was your idea, but I love this idea.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool, but it's just taking me a while to get because I'm actually trying. What is taking a long time is I'm trying to like find a lot of references. It is a lot of it. The painting part, honestly, is not the part that takes the longest. Is the part
The
that the
planning.
planning. I obviously want Sean to like it, so I really like ships, and I get it. I like ships too. So we want to make it like not like I don't want it to be like super realistic, but I want to have the sails go in the right spot and like have things like the boat make sense. Like I don't want to like accidentally put the sail the mat. You know what I mean? Like I want to make sure all the things are all the lines. I have to individually draw each line, like each rope or whatever. And so I want to make sure each like rope or line is in the right spot, basically. And it's taking a long time. I'm looking at a lot of reference photos of boats, but it has to be a certain boat. It has to be a two-masted boat to match the boat that I did in the first painting. Anyway, so it's a lot of work, okay? And so then I haven't even done, I'm still trying to work on the first painting. And I want to do the bottom painting at some point, but that's going to be way in the future. And there is more for this series. After these two paintings, there's going to be another painting after that. And that's the Kraken, spoiler alert, attacking the boat. The Kraken woke up and is attacking the boat. And
It's gonna be like a scene out of like Pirates of the Caribbean.
yeah, kind of, yeah. That one's going to be hard.
Yeah. I'd say so. I
And
can just imagine it's gonna be so hard to get like the proportions right, like once the Kraken's like wrapped around the ship, you know?
yeah. So then after that, I'm going to have the final painting. So
Shipwreck.
no, it's going to be a happy ending.
Really?
Because we're going to be putting it in our house. I don't want depressing ass paintings in the.
Yeah.
I don't
So
know.
what's the what's the happy
I
ending?
need an optimistic painting series. But it's going to be after a long, hard fought battle. It's going to be sunset, and the boat is sailing off into the sunset, but it's all battered and beaten.
Wow. This is gonna be good. I'm excited.
Oh yeah, and
This
the
might take a couple years though, right? Like I
yeah,
feel like the whole thing is gonna take.
it's already been a couple of years. It's already been a couple of years since that first painting. So this is a series that is drawn out. So I'm talking about long-term project. But yeah, each painting has a different time of day too. So that's why I was like, the first one was like a
Yeah.
stormy seas and like the evening. Then this one's like a morning. Then the next one is like afternoon, and then finally the ending is gonna be sunset. So it's like a full day.
Yeah.
Been through a lot. This ship.
Do you think you're gonna put it like around your living room, like on each wall, like so they can follow like the story?
Well, I know where the diptych is gonna go because we have a big spot in the hallway. That when you walk
Oh,
up the
okay, yeah.
stairs, like
Yep.
that big thing right there. And it's gonna be 3 feet each. Each canvas is gonna be 3 feet tall. So it's gonna be 6 feet.
Where, wait, why
So
am I laughing? I'm just thinking about I'm thinking about right now,
how
running at your
ridiculous the walls
TV
are gonna
with
be.
uh
Yeah. It's gonna be a lot of painting, a lot of ships. We already have 2 ship paintings in the house. One of them is mine. One is not
mhm.
mine. So
Well, I'm excited.
anyway, stay tuned and see you in about 10 years. Because I keep working on other things. I'm like,
Yeah. You gotta take a break
I
from it. You
can't
can't just do
finish.
only that.
I literally, I have other things I want to
And
do
then in
too.
10 years, like you can bring them all to a gallery and like everyone can see like the full set.
The first one was like, it's not great. It's okay. It's fine.
I like
hopefully
it.
the other ones will be.
I'm sure you're gonna gain skill over the next couple of years. So
Yeah. Anyway, that's my long-term project. I have other random things, but honestly, I went on about that for a while. So I'm gonna toss the baton to Allie here.
okay. Yeah. So I think first I'll just show like a couple of photos from when I did couple sessions at Phi
Oh
Lily.
yeah, I'm excited.
And yeah, so we'll go to digital black and white 17. Yeah, I just like this one. I like the black and white better than the color because I feel like blurriness in black and white just like looks better. Um, I don't know why I feel that way. And I don't always feel that way, I guess. Like I think there's certain photos where like blurry images do look still really good in color. But something about like the blurriness in black and white makes it look even more like vintage and timeless to me.
I think
So
it
this was
looks
fun. I just had him like pick
sorry.
her up and spin her around. What were you gonna say?
I think you probably like that better because it looks more intentional. Like
Yeah, it looks
you,
like I did it on purpose.
yeah.
Yeah. The next one is digital black and white 18, which is like the same moment, just like a second later.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I think
so
it's
more
cute.
blur. And then the next one is digital black and white 26. This is kind of like a documentary, like editorial feeling photo.
Oh,
I've been noticing like this trend of like storytelling where like they're cropped, like their faces are cropped. Like
interesting.
I, I'm not sure really what I like about this like photo, but it kind of leaves something up. It kind of leaves some mystery. Like it leaves something up to the imagination because like you don't really know exactly how they're looking at each other.
Yeah.
Um, like you can't see their eyes, so it's kind of just like a little bit like of this like mystery effect. I feel like that maybe is why this is trendy right now. Also, like the crooked photos are kind of trendy right now, so this is also kind of like a crooked photo. Like it's called like I think it's called like a Dutch photo or something, a
Dutch angle.
um Dutch angle, yeah, which is like super popular right now for some reason. So that's like making a comeback in 2025.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought people cropping the faces. Like, do the couples like that? Because if it's supposed to be like an engagement photo shoot, like, do they usually like?
I usually give them one of each, so I gave them one with like not cropped, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Um, but yeah, people like it. They think it's like kind of edgy, I think.
oh, I see. I'm not in the loop.
Yeah, I've been seeing it more. I've been seeing it more often in like wedding photography and stuff. And yeah. So I like that one. And then the next couple are it's from the same location but a different couple. And I just really loved like the dress that she wore. I felt like went really well with like the greens in the image. It's like digital color 12,
Okay. Oh yeah, I found it.
kind of like an off-white like cream color.
Yeah.
And I just like really loved like the lighting in this also. Like it was like right before our golden hour.
Oh, I love
And
his face, and that's so cute.
yeah, I know like the way he's looking at her is super cute and like I just love like that photo and like I had him like spin her around. So in digital color like 19, she's like smiling and like throwing her head back, which I think is like super playful and fun and that's kind of like the vibe that I like strive to achieve
Oh,
in my photos is like something a little different, not just like the classic like posing. I kind of like
yeah,
when things are like just a little off the beaten path, you know?
yeah,
Um, and the same thing with digital color 43. This was more of an editorial shot. That once I saw the pool, I was kind of inspired by that. And I've
yeah.
seen other photographers do this where they kind of like put couples in like unexpected places and like try to make it look cool. So,
That's
um,
cool.
but yeah, I had the idea to like bring both the chairs over to like the front of the pool, and then they had the idea to like cross their legs in the same direction. Um, so it really is a collaboration. Like when it comes to photo shoots, like
Yeah.
the better like that you get along with your clients and the more comfortable they feel, like the better the photos are because they're gonna feel comfortable to like, have their own ideas and be themselves and just really fun. Really enjoyed that session. Both these sessions were great.
I think you shared like a funny reel that was like him carrying the chairs or something. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, like it's kind of funny because like you come to a photo shoot like expecting, I think like a service, right? But then it's funny when like you're the one that ends up like doing work. Um, I just think it's funny that I like kind of put them to work with that. And like he didn't have to help me with that, but like he offered, and I was carrying like a zillion cameras at the time because you know me, I have like two cameras minimum on my body at all times. Um, Usually three, if not four. So
Can
it
you
was
sh-
helpful.
can you share like how the photo shoots went? Like how was the process like working with them like at Filoli?
So I had interviewed a couple of couples because these were sessions I did while traveling, so they were like model calls, and I had like met with a few couples on like FaceTime and just like really vibed with these couples. So I ended up like working with them and we went to Filoli and it was a weekend, so it was very crowded and it was definitely really, really difficult. So it's really important to have like a really good working relationship with your photographer, right? Because like sessions don't go to plan a lot of the time. A lot of the time, like unexpected things happen. Like even if you plan your best, even if you plan for like a time when no one's gonna be there and like the perfect location and the perfect outfits and everything, right? Like things always happen, like whether that be like, it starts raining or like somebody forgot like something that they were supposed to bring or somebody like at the venue like has a medical emergency, right? Like all these things are just like life things that are like unpredictable. So like being able to like have a good working relationship with your photographer and like trusting them to like help you sort it out is like really important.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was very grateful that like these couples were like very flexible and like willing to work with like the conditions of the shoot because you really do have to be like very patient in
Yeah.
these type of situations where there is like constantly people walking in the background of the shot. So there's moments where I had to ask them to wait for a minute while we wait for people to pass through. There's moments where I have to set up different settings constantly. Um, and also just like talk them through like the like idea that I have, like the creative direction and everything,
Yeah.
and just being open to like working with that. Like certain couples are really, really like when they really trust you, like they're really open to your ideas, so they're not going to like question anything. They're just going
Mm-hmm.
to like do what you think is best. So I remember at one point during this photo shoot, I asked them to do something and I said, I know that sounds crazy, like bear with me. And they were like, no, not at all. Like you say jump, we say how high.
Aw,
And
that's
I like
nice.
really appreciated that they said that because that is truly the type of relationship that you should have with your photographer going in for the
Yeah.
best results. And like I'm never going to ask you to do something that I think is dangerous or that I think like, you know, isn't going to look good. Like just having that trust is like super important.
That's really interesting. Were there like how many other like photographers do you think were there that day?
I saw at a minimum five. Like throughout the entire 2.5 hours that I was there, there was at least five different sessions happening. Like there was a family session, a maternity session, and there's I think one other couple session. I remember like almost backing into someone
Oops.
that was like, and then like there was another photographer that I shared like the space with. Like we like both entered the building at the same time, saw each other, and I was like, okay, you take that side, I'll take this side.
Oh yeah.
Um, so it was kind of funny. But like I remember like backing up, taking like a shot, and like my Sony, like the shutter is super loud and fast.
Oh.
And like I remember, I don't think it was the photographer, but I think it was the client was like, wow, like that shutter. Like I heard them
Really?
saying that.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's super obnoxious. It's a shutter. And like if you shoot Sony, you know that like you can turn the volume down, but it's a loud shutter and you can turn it on silent shutter, but when you do that, it drains the battery like
Oh
four times as
really?
fast.
Oh wow. I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
yeah, yeah. So Canon, I guess, is a little bit quieter, I think, because I don't really at least from what I think is I've like worked with Canon shooters and I remember like not thinking that it was super loud.
Yeah.
But like there's been times like going into a ceremony, like I turn on silent shutter and end up regretting it because like the battery is draining like super fast.
Um,
It took me a while to figure that out at first. I was like, why is my battery draining so quickly? Then I realized like it's because I
Interesting.
had like turned on silent shutter for the beginning of the ceremony. And also you can't use silent shutter with flash on
Oh.
Sony.
Oh, I never knew there was that many options even. I didn't even know silent shutter was a thing. And so here I
Yeah.
am learning
Yeah,
that.
you can use it, but it doesn't work with flash. So it's kind of annoying on wedding days to use it because then you have to switch it on and off.
Oh.
Um, and also the battery thing. But yeah, I've tried using it with flash before. I feel like it's a mistake that everybody does when they first start using Sony or whatever. I don't know if Canon is any different, but
Hmm.
like I like remember like looking at the picture and being like, why does it look like so wavy and weird? Like it causes like weird like patterns like on the photo. It's like stripes.
That's weird.
Um it's super weird. Like if I can find a picture, like I'll send it and put it here, but I don't know if I have like a good example.
Hmm.
Um but yeah, it's super weird looking and you'll be like, what the fuck is wrong? You'll think your camera's like broken for a second.
That's weird.
And then then you'll realize it's because you can't use silent shutter with flash.
Huh. That's very strange. Well, then during those moments, like you just have to deal with the sound during like the ceremony or whatever.
Yeah, and like you can turn down the volume, but yeah, you just have to deal with the sound. And probably, to be honest, it's probably not as noticeable if you aren't super close to it. Like I said, that client was like a couple feet from me.
Yeah.
Um, so she was hearing kind of like what I was hearing, and it's super loud to me. But I haven't had feedback from like a lot of people saying that my shutter is too loud. Like I've never heard that from any clients, like any guests. Like no one has commented on it. Um,
Until then.
but I feel like it's really only if you're like close to the camera that you hear it. So for me, it's like nerve wracking because I'm like, this sounds so loud. Like I hope it's not noticeable, but I don't think it is. Yeah, so is I think I covered like the process of working at Filoli and everything, and these
Um,
shoots.
I should probably just say real quick though, where Philo, like what Philoli is. Um,
Hmm.
I think I've mentioned Philoli before. This is where I get all of my, well, not all of them, but a lot of my flower references. I take a lot of pictures there, and it's kind of like a really big garden space. Like have like a big mansion. It's huge. Like the estate itself is like giant. They decorate for each holiday season. Like they kind of go all out. It's wild. Like, and a lot of, because it's so pretty. This is in California, like in Northern California, and because they go all out and they take care of the gardens really nicely. They have like a vegetable garden, flower garden. They have like tree groves. Like they have like so many things.
It's
They
really like a sprawling estate,
Yeah,
is how I would
yeah.
describe it.
It's a really good point. So not only is there like a mansion, but it's like a huge estate, has like a little pool. Like it's crazy. It's a family that used to live there in like the 1920s, I think 30s, like the early 1900s basically. And so it's a very popular place to take photos. And so, but they're really good about it. But because of that, so many people take photos there.
Yeah, because they don't have like anything that you like need a permit or whatever. You just have to like follow their rules.
Yeah,
And like they do actually do weddings there.
it's true. They
Um,
do. Yeah.
and like I learned that I think when I visited, there was like a ceremony set up on the inside of the building, and I was wondering about it. But then after I like posted those photos, my friend texted me and she was like, "I've been to a wedding at that place."
Oh, that's cool. I've seen
Yeah.
their setups for it. Like I was there when they were setting up like arches by like there was like a really pretty spot that they had like a pretty arch there. Yeah, like they must do a lot of weddings. I've seen them set up for it too, so
Yeah.
multiple
It's really
times.
cool.
But yeah, sorry, we can continue with your photos. I just wanted to explain
Oh
where
yeah.
it was.
Yeah, no
But
worries. It's good that we explained that. I just have a few left from these sessions. The next one is digital color 46. It's just like I had them like somebody had like abandoned their croquet
So
set like on
random.
the grass. It was like super random, but like no one was near it at all. So I was like, you know what? Like, why don't you guys go like play and like or like
Just
play
go
with this?
play.
Like and like at first I feel like they were like, what? And then they were like having fun with it. So it was like really funny.
Oh, that is really cute.
Moving on. Digital color 49. It's just like a really cute like moment of them standing by the pool. I
It's
thought
so
like
cute.
her leather jacket like was super cute. Um it honestly looked like it could have been his jacket, but it wasn't. But like I
Yeah,
had her
it,
put it on for a couple pictures because like it was super cute and like I just really like the blue and the black together,
yeah.
like the colors.
I like the way that the pool looks. But like the pool has like a gradient. It just like looks like it's super light and then it gets dark blue as it goes farther away.
Yeah, I
It's
like
kind
that
of
too.
weird, but yeah, with that. I also like his face again.
Yeah.
Just so cute. Like, just,
Yeah. It's just so cute. They're just like
just
looking at
like
each
they, yeah,
other. It
they
looks
just like
very
they just look
natural.
like they're in love.
Yeah, it's really cute. We have digital color 65, which is them in front of like the green. You know, I love red and green, so
Of
obviously
course.
I
Wait,
had to take advantage of this.
these are the flowers, or they're very similar flowers to the flower that I did my wedding green
Oh,
flower.
really? I didn't know that.
I think it might be, or very similar.
Yeah, I
Anyway,
could see that. Yeah, no, they were just starting to kind of pop up, so I was like, let's do a photo here. It's a nice backdrop and love that. And then the next two, these photos were the hardest to get because this was the building that everyone kept going through and
that makes
take pictures
sense.
in. Like everybody and their mother wanted pictures in here. There was like a portrait session happening in here for like the first like 20 minutes of our session, so we didn't even go in
I like it
until
though.
later. But yeah, love this view. And then the next one is just kind of a nice framing on the kiss
Yeah.
here.
Aww.
Um she like loved the framing of this picture, but she was like, I wish like I was like leaning into him more.
Oh.
Um And I think it looks fine. I don't think this needs to be changed at all because this is just like what they naturally did, and I think it's really
Yeah.
cute.
I think, yeah, I didn't think about that at all.
I didn't think that was not like my first thought when I look at this photo. My first thought when I look at this photo is like, oh, that's adorable.
Yeah, it is really adorable. And I love that building. I love those windows, the window
Thank you.
slash door things. I just love the
I am
way that.
obsessed with the windows.
Oh
Yeah.
God, I love it. The green. Oh, I love a green. I love that shade of green. It's so pretty. Anyway,
Yeah, I love it too.
they look great. Not just the windows.
They look
Okay.
amazing. Yeah, I think they look amazing in all these pictures and she was like joking with me. She was like, "Yeah, it was really funny because like Brandon was like making fun of me all night because like I couldn't stop looking at the pictures like all night long."
Oh, that's
And I was
cute.
like, that's honestly like what I strive for. So like my work here is done.
Yay! I'm glad they love them. That's so cute.
And in terms of updates, I feel like I didn't
Oh
really
yeah.
talk a lot about my
Sorry.
updates, but I was actually going to show in recent creations, I was going to show some sneak peeks from a bridal shoot that I just did, like a styled bridal shoot. But now we are actually planning on submitting it to a magazine. So I can't show you guys because it's not allowed.
Oh my God. Why didn't you tell me that before?
Isn't that exciting? I'm so
That is really
excited
exciting.
because we just decided it. We literally just decided it yesterday when I sent them the edits.
Oh, geez. What?
So this is like hot off the press news.
Wow. So how long? So what's the process? Like, what is that
I
like?
don't know like anything yet.
Oh,
They've sent me like a bunch of like so I worked with a stylist, a makeup artist, and a model, and the makeup artist and the stylist have been sending me options of like different magazines that I could like submit to. And it's like helpful because like they've obviously been through this process before and I haven't.
really?
Um so like they were like telling me like certain places have like exclusivity where like if you submit like your photos to them, like you can only submit to them, and then you can't like show the photos before it's like published.
Oh, right.
Um,
Some
but like some of
rules.
them don't. So like there are some that you can submit like multiple to, right?
Mm.
So I have to like really sit down and like do my research on like what I think is like the best one like for my brand and like for like just our group as a whole.
Yeah.
Because I think they really want to submit to Photo Vogue. Um, but I don't know, like I want to look at all the options, and see, and then like also I don't know how much it's going to cost. Like I think some of them are free. They were saying some of them are free, but the makeup artist was like, well, if it costs money, like let me know because I would definitely want to contribute because like it benefits them too, obviously, because like they're
Yeah,
gonna get
that's
their
true.
names in print. Um, and like obviously like it's also like a bunch of other people are submitting, so you don't know if it's like
Yeah.
they're gonna pick you. So
Yeah. That makes sense.
this could be like I don't know, like it could end up being a long process. It could end up being a while before I could share these photos, which is like it's hard because I'm such a person that loves like instantly like sharing things and
Yeah.
like not being able to share them is going to be really hard.
Well, are they mostly like wedding magazines? Like what kind of magazines?
Yeah, they're all like weddings. Like I could read like some of the options that they sent me.
I forgot that wedding magazines were a thing. But I think they
Right,
were more
yeah.
popular back in the day, but yeah, I guess they're still
Well,
probably.
some of them are definitely going to be like out of my reach. Like I know like photographers that have been featured in like, the Anti-Bride and like Elle and like sort of like online publications I think that are like super trendy and like
Mm,
even like submitting to Vogue, like actual Vogue
yeah.
is like if you get featured on there, they actually charge you. Like they charge you like thousands of
Well,
dollars,
yeah, that makes
like
sense.
as
It's
a
your photo.
photographer. No, like
Wait.
you have to pay them.
Oh, no, they have to. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was backwards. No, that's
Like
annoying.
you have to pay Vogue to be featured like in Vogue,
Oh,
um,
okay.
which is crazy
Yeah,
because they're
that's
like using
annoying.
your work, like work that you did. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah, no, I'm
crazy.
saying, yeah, no, they should pay you.
Right, right. You
Yeah.
would think, but it's actually like the opposite. Like it's it's crazy. Like
It's all
some of them
about,
are
yeah,
free, but
exposure. We're on
yeah.
Vogue.
Yeah, so like they sent me like brides.com, um Style Me Pretty, Glamour and Grace, Bleach Film and like Photo Vogue.
Mm.
And so I'm gonna go through those and like look at other options. It's exciting. I just wish I
Wow,
could share.
that's really cool. Well, when was this was only like last week or something, right?
Yeah, this shoot was on Sunday and I edited straight through Monday and Tuesday
Wow.
to finish these photos because I needed a distraction. Let's be real. My personal life is a hot mess disaster.
Oh my
Um,
God. A
but
disaster? I don't know if it's a
I like put
disaster.
aside like I put aside like all my admin responsibilities to edit because like one, I felt like it, and two, like I just wanted to get these photos done because like I don't know, I'm so excited about them and
Yeah.
I want to get them out there and share them with the world so that it can like attract, clients that want to work with my style and clients that like want really nice bridal portraits because I love portraits. And
Yeah.
like one thing that's I've missed working in the wedding world is like not being able to have a focus on portraits. So I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna start putting a focus on portraits, like not just on the wedding day, but hopefully getting brides to like book a bridal session with me before their wedding
Oh,
day. Because that kind of takes the pressure off of their wedding day. Like it gives more room in the timeline to
that's
like just capture more like
true.
candid moments and not spend an hour doing bridal portraits.
Yeah.
Because you want to like also like have fun on your wedding day and live in the moment. Like you don't want to spend the whole day just like having it be a photo shoot. And so I think like breaking it up
That's a good
would
idea.
actually be helpful to people,
Yeah.
so that they don't have to spend the whole day just like smiling at the camera and like being like a frozen like I don't know. Like you obviously don't have to be like stiff for your photos, but like there are photos that you are gonna want on your wedding day that where you're just like standing there and smiling.
Yeah.
So not having to do that for like all day long in your wedding day is probably helpful.
That makes a lot of sense. I kind of forgot that was a thing as well, that bridal sessions were a thing.
Yeah, I really want to start marketing them more because I know I follow a photographer. Her name's Brittany Boot. And she does a lot of like bridal sessions and bridal portraits, and I've been like super inspired by that because like doing it outside the wedding day, I just feel like it would be such a better environment like for portraits.
Probably a lot more calming, less
Yeah.
craziness going around.
Yeah, for sure. And like you have more time and people aren't coming to you with like other things. You can just relax and like actually enjoy being a bride, I think.
Yeah.
Like it would be fun.
And maybe if they liked your bridal photography, bridal session, maybe they'll book you. Oh, for their actual wedding. Although probably by then
Yeah.
they already have their wedding photographer booked, but
Yeah.
still.
Yeah, it would be cool to like offer it as an add-on to like my wedding couples that they are already booked with me, but they decide they want to do a bridal session would be awesome because it would just be like better for them overall.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But that's exciting. Exciting stuff.
So
Yeah.
I'll keep you posted. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but I'll keep you posted, and I'm still gonna show you the photos like privately,
Yeah.
but
Thank you.
can't post them sadly.
Yay, me.
I also have plans to write some of the dress designers from New York Bridal Fashion Week to ask for a
Oh,
press pass. Um,
that'd be so fun.
because I recently learned that it's like not even hard to get one.
Oh,
So it's like a super fun event and like super good like networking and like also just really cool because you get to like meet some of the designers.
that's really
Because
cool.
like some of them are like actually there. And like I just like learned about it from my mentor's podcast where she talked about like shooting like what it means to like shoot New York Bridal Fashion Week because she had someone on the podcast that has done it, and they talked about how it was actually really easy to do. So that was my mentor's podcast, Claire Hunt. Yeah, I want to do it now, and like I can't do the one in April because it's too late. It's like I think the first week of April, like April 8th or something.
Oh, okay.
But they do it biannually. So there's another one in the fall that I'm gonna try to apply for, and well, I'm gonna apply for it, and hopefully I'll get it.
Wow, that's really cool. I've always heard about that, but I've never actually known anybody that's well, going to try to do it. That's really awesome.
Yeah, so those are two goals for the year that I just added that I didn't have a week ago. Um,
We'll see how many more goals you can make the rest of the year.
yeah, I mean they're just popping up. Like I don't know, I'm gonna do all this stuff. I mean, obviously, like the important goals also are just like make bookings in general, right? But I also want to like
That would be
you know
nice.
create art and do stuff that is fun.
Yeah.
And I feel like going to like New York Bridal Fashion Week would be so exciting. Like I just go for like I think it's like 3 days. Like I'll
Yeah.
make a trip out of it. I'll get a hotel. I'll like do stuff in New York, like outside of it. I think it'll be fun.
That's so
And
cool.
I feel like I need some fun in my life right now. I don't think it needs to be like
Strong
all work and no
agree.
play. Because I feel like lately it's been feeling like all work, no play makes Jack a dull boy.
That's
Because it's just been winter time and I've just been like nose to the grind, like planning photo shoots, like doing back end work, like trying to like get other things in order and like I'm so tired of it. I want to do stuff. I want to have fun.
that's reasonable. I think it's a reasonable
Yeah.
ask.
Like I want to still enjoy what I'm doing in like 5 years. You know what I mean? Like I don't want it to just become like
You don't get like burned out that you spent so much time that you didn't actually enjoy it. Like
right,
you didn't get a chance to enjoy all of like the hard work that you've like put in and stuff.
right. Like I feel like it would be a great way to celebrate like how far I've come is by like
Yeah,
going to something like that.
that's really cool. Well, and that's good for your
I'm
career.
trying more to like celebrate like the wins, because it is really hard. Like we live in like a culture of like comparison and like it's hard to
Mm,
like see like the stuff you've done and be like, oh, I wish I have done more. And like I recently booked a 2026 wedding and it was my first 2026 wedding
yeah,
that I've booked, and I'm really trying to like revel in that and like actually
yeah.
celebrate it instead of being like, oh, but I only have one. Like
Oh,
I
exactly.
like you know what I mean? Like I think it's a really good sign that I have one. And it is a really like awesome client. Like I'm so excited to work with her. I've known her from, past
Yeah.
jobs. So like I'm super excited and
Oh,
yeah, just trying to be positive and like I think the good things are coming and these are baby steps.
that's really exciting. Well, it's only March, so you still have plenty of time to get more 2026 weddings. And so yeah, I totally get the whole oh, this thing happened, but then you say something negative or something like that. Like, oh, I got a sale. Yay. But it's
Yeah,
just
you
the
like ruin
first
it with like,
one.
oh, it's not enough. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
It is enough though. It is enough. Like we gotta remember like it's worth it. Like it's worth like celebrating.
yeah,
Like it's one more than we had yesterday.
that's true. That's a really good point. That's progress.
Yeah. And then our other news that this is kind of joint news between me and you is that we're doing the save the dates now for
Oh,
couples.
yeah. I wasn't sure when to even announce that. So, oh, a good point, Allie. Good job reminding me. But
Figured since like the
yeah,
2026 client that
yeah,
I
that's
got, like we're just doing hers, so we're gonna do
yeah,
custom
yeah.
templates now.
So basically, if I'm not sure if everyone even knew this, but because I have so many different things I like to do, it's probably not very well known. But one of the things I like to do to create is digital downloads. So not just like digital wallpapers, but like digital like for your phone and like your desktop, which I like to do. But I also make templates with usually Canva. It's like the most convenient to use for a lot of like people. Did but especially like save the dates, like wedding related things, because there are so many different kinds of templates that you can do for weddings. Like it's like a whole huge category that people have. And for a while, I just did like basic wedding templates where it was like no photos, but it was just like save the dates, invitations, menus, just like a variety, like wedding signs. And I would do like a theme. Like I would here's like a celestial theme. Here's a autumn themed, and it'd be like a 9 pack of like different templates. But then I kind of had the idea of doing. I still do those, but then I had the idea of making some save the dates that include people's photos, because I realized that a lot of couples like to use their engagement photos for the save the dates. So what they do is they just like pop their photos into like a save the date template. And instead of just using like the generic ones that are like royalty free, like as my sample, because I make a template and then I have to like put in a placeholder image. And a lot of times on Canva, like everybody uses the same images and it's very boring. So instead, what we're doing is I used one of like Allie's photos that she did from like a previous like photo shoot, and then I pop them in as like the sample. And so then when people download them, they can swap those photos in for their own photos. I have like a couple already like made templates that you can buy. Anybody can just buy or whatever. But as something that we're going to do, we're going to work together and make a custom one for different brides. So instead of them having to use one of the ones that are already pre-made templates, we instead would take their color scheme that they want and create a template that is ready for them, that's like more tailored to their wedding, but they can still swap the photos in themselves. But yeah, so we started doing that. That was a little
Yeah,
really
I'm super excited about it because I recently just heard from a bride. My friend Claire was saying that she's been looking for save the dates on Zola, I think. I guess Zola has some, like if you have a wedding website with
oh
them. You can get like save the dates through them, but she was like, they're all the same. They're all generic. I've seen them like all before, like from my friends' save the dates.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she's already been to like so many weddings and like it's the same save the date templates that they're using
Yeah.
from Zola. So I think it's kind of unique and I think like people will like it that it's like, oh, this is literally our vintage our wedding is vintage themed. Now we have like a vintage like save the date and like we didn't even have to do anything except like pick the photos and print it.
Yeah.
So I think it's great. I think it's gonna definitely help out some people.
Yeah. And it's fun. It's fun making them and designing them. And I just use Canva just because it's usually just more convenient for like the client. Very like low barrier of entry instead of using Photoshop. I know people are like, I know there are some designers that hate Canva, and I get you. I get you. Okay, I understand. I understand. But just as far as like what's easier for like the average person to use, usually Canva is one of them. So
Yeah, I'm
that,
super
yeah,
excited. I'm really curious to see like what the wedding planner is gonna think
yeah.
of us doing this. Like I want to know like what her
I
thoughts
hope she
are.
likes it. I
Um,
hope that.
I hope she does too. I mean, like I feel like it's another thing that kind of just makes everything smoother for them, you know.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure not
I also
every
would just love to hear
photographer
feedback.
does it. Like,
I don't know anyone that does, and I told my friend Chris, because he's a wedding photographer. He was like, "What else is included in your package?" Like, just curious. I was like, I said that, and he was like, "Oh, that's different." Like, I feel like
oh,
it is something that's like different, you know?
yeah, that's cool. I'm glad someone else thinks it's different. That's, well, and hopefully unique and different in a good way.
Yeah, I
But
think so. And like, if
yeah,
they don't like it, then they'll just go get their own. You know what I mean?
yeah, I mean, it's part of the
Or
package
we can just
anyways.
like change it for them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some exciting stuff going on. Yeah, I
I got
don't,
a new camera too.
oh, and okay, the new camera.
Couple new cameras actually. I'll just talk about this really briefly. Because we could probably do another episode of like me like reviewing, I guess, the new gear or
Oh,
something. I got the Sony A7 IV, which is just like an upgrade to the current digital camera that I have. It's a mirrorless camera. I have the A7 III. I have two of the A7 IIIs and just got the A7 IV. And I got a medium format film camera,
oh,
a TLR. So it's one of the ones that you look down through instead of holding like this. You hold it like
oh,
at
really?
your like, level and you look down through it. Yeah.
Interesting.
So like it's sometimes easier to like set it up on a tripod. Um, but yeah, you have to hold it like close to your body or like set it up on a tripod to keep it level. I'll talk more in depth about it. Like, maybe the next couple episodes we'll do an episode like reacting to film photos, and then we'll do an episode of like me talking about the camera that I got. It's the Yashica 124G, Yashica Matte 124G. And like now, because I've only used it twice so far, so maybe after using it a couple more times,
Yeah.
I'll have more to say about it and review it a little bit. I'll grab it and just like show what it looks like.
Okay.
So this is what it looks like. It's in the case right now. But you
Oh,
can like take off the front cover and like leave like take the and just like leave the case so it's like this. Yeah, this is you look down through it like this.
oh, does that
Like
hurt your neck?
yeah, kind of. Sometimes it's easier to like put it on a tripod, but it has this little magnifying glass so you can see like the focus better. And it's just really a different perspective. I'm not used to looking down to take a picture.
Yeah, fascinating.
But I always do that. I always test out a camera before bringing it to like an actual wedding day,
Yeah.
unless it's like a situation where like they haven't paid for a film and it's all experimental or something.
How old is that camera? It looks really old.
Question. It is vintage. I don't know how old it is. Let me check. 1970 to 1986. So the last model was made in 1986.
Wow.
It's in good shape though.
Yeah, looks like it's in good shape. It's wild.
It
Well,
was like $430. So
holy crap. For something that's
yeah,
that, I mean, it's like,
it's crazy.
things are vintage and then at some point they become expensive. They become expensive and then at first they're
It's
not
actually
expensive.
wild. And people wonder why like you know, you have to charge so much money when you're doing film as a wedding photographer. This is why. Because when that camera breaks and it is more money to fix it than the camera is worth, you're just buying it again. You're buying another one. Like you're just buying endless film cameras is what I've realized. And like I used to like really undercharge for film because I was just charging for the cost of the film itself and the cost of development. And it's like, no, it's like it takes skill, like it takes you hours to learn that. And
Yeah.
then it also takes like multiple cameras like that you have to buy because like they're vintage and they break. And they do
Wow.
make new film cameras, I found out. But again, it's like everything's sort of a liability with film, so it's not cheap.
But people love the film now. People love it. So
Yeah, they do.
you got to do it. Well, and it's just fun to look at it. It's fun to look at the surprise of when you get it in the email, which is why I'm very excited for our film photos to come in. They need to come in faster.
I'm like checking my email again right now to see, and there's nothing
Sad.
sad.
I'm nothing too exciting as a camera, but I am getting some large paper delivered to me soon.
Ooh, okay, so not next episode, but maybe the one after, we'll do like stuff like reacting to our new gear and stuff.
Well, we could do a part two to the tools one because I think we didn't do everything anyway. Like
That's
at
true.
some
We did
point,
say we were going to do part two.
we
Yeah.
didn't do a part two, so. But it's nothing too exciting. It's literally just marker paper, but I got it in 18 by 24, which is hard to find anything bigger than that because most people don't make marker drawings that are that big because
Yeah.
it's, but I feel like making one, at least specifically. I have a picture in mind from Filoli, like a landscape, and I want to try making a landscape marker drawing because I've never done one before and I want to and see what happens.
Oh, that's going to be really interesting.
Why not? You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but anyway, that's all I have right now.
I think that's all I have as well.
Oh yeah, I had a nostalgic memory. I have to like remember what it was. Oh, I think my nostalgic memory was reminded to me because I think I was thinking about having sushi at some point, and then I thought of when we had sushi with me, you, and Rochelle and we had the best California roll that we've ever had
The best California roll of our lives.
of our lives. And it was just like random, kind of a hole in the wall sushi place, unassuming. It's always an unassuming place. It's always like a tiny little place, and it was in
Yep.
San Francisco, and of course it was in a kind of sketchy area. You know, it's on
Yeah.
Haight Ashbury Street. Like it's kind of where there's, some people were yelling. There were some people yelling on the street. But it's fine because we got in the.
We got in there, we ordered our stuff. I remember everything was good, but like that roll
That California
was
roll was honestly, I don't
the
know
like,
what they put in
I don't
there.
even remember what else we had that
Yeah,
day
honestly
because like
though,
I just remember being like the California roll.
everything else I think was really good too. But I just remember being like,
Yeah.
"Yo, this California roll, what the heck is this magic?" I'm not being
Yeah.
dramatic. I live in California,
And like
and
we aren't just
it's
saying
still
that
my
because like
favorite.
we were hungry. Like
Yeah,
we aren't just saying it because we were hungry because like we still think about this California roll like to this day. Like when we're not hungry, like we talk about it.
I really do. And we've had good California rolls since then. I mean, we went to another place when you visited me most recently, like a month ago or whatever, and
Yeah, and that was a
it was
great roll too,
really like
but
that food in general there was
we
good.
still compared it
We
to the
still
roll that we
compare it
had
to this
at the
random
other
sushi
place.
place. I feel bad that I cannot remember what it's even called, and I'm sure
We
if
could
I
probably find it.
yeah I know what street it was, so I could find it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was a good time. Rochelle was there. Shout out to Rochelle.
Still got to have her on the podcast
Still gonna
sometime.
have her on the podcast, one of these days.
She's going to be shadowing me on
Oh
my wedding on May
yeah.
17th. Forgot to mention that.
Allie is trying to
I'm
recruit
hoping I'm
her
hoping that she's
sister.
going to like doing wedding photos or doing wedding, assisting or in some form because I am gonna start needing an assistant or a second photographer that I can consistently like rely on. So
It's gonna be
I have a
hard.
couple that I've used in the past, you know what I mean? But hoping that Rochelle actually likes it, because if she does, then I'm gonna start signing her up.
Well, yeah. I mean, hopefully she doesn't mind, 'cause I know she's like busy working and stuff like that.
Yeah, she's not gonna be able to come to everyone, but I think it will be good to get her on board for a quarter to a half of my weddings.
Yeah, and I know you like to just have fun with Rochelle, so why not bring her to work with you? It's like
I think it would be really fun.
bring your sister to work day. Yeah.
Put your sister to work
Put
day.
your
No, I'm
sister
just
to
kidding.
work. Give her something to do on her day off when she's already working a full-time job. Give her
Yes.
another job. Is what I've always learned. I don't have a sister, but if I did,
She's gonna love me.
they'd be getting to work.
It's gonna be a family business. You're gonna be doing the save the dates. Michelle's gonna be my second photographer.
That's true. Yeah, what are your parents going to be doing? How are they chipping in? I can get
You know, I haven't thought of anything yet for them, but let me
I can
know.
get Josh on board.
Yeah.
Isaac can do the finances. He can help
The
plan the
numbers.
yeah.
Yeah.
There you
You can
go.
help me with the
He can
numbers.
be your accountant.
Perfect.
I hope you guys liked this episode. I enjoyed talking about all sorts of things in this one. And yeah, so we'll
Yeah, this
see
is
you
this is one
all.
of my favorite episodes, I think, that we've done in a while. I just feel like it was
Aww.
really nice to kind of go off script and share a little bit about,
Yeah, not that
other
we
things.
really have a script. I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think we've
We
ever
don't,
had.
we don't, but sometimes we have like, blocks of time to talk about
We
certain
have
things.
bullet
And this
points.
time we kind of just like freeballed it.
This time, the
So
no
that was
bullet
nice.
points, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, wow. Okay, so thank you guys for
See you
watching,
guys next time.
and we'll see you next time. Bye.